Thank you, Victor. Very much appreciate it. And I last night was walking around the new home of mine, thinking of what to make a wonderful speech on. And yeah, there's something about mugs for me. I'm particularly passionate about mugs. I think they carry stories, and I think a lot of items carry stories, memories, feelings. And for me, I've always sought out mugs to capture a memory, etc. And so the introduction was going to be talking about plural mugs, but I actually think one mug might take me the whole time. Probably talk about this mug for like 20 minutes, and I'm not even a big talker. So we'll see what happens, see what time allows for. And then perhaps have a concluding thoughts, some takeaways, perhaps. So without further ado, the mug that I will be talking about is this wonderful Monroe, Washington, I call it Monroe, mug that my sister gave to me for our annual sibling Secret Santa at Christmas time. My mom pulls out a name for each of us at Secret Santa for the siblings, and we each give each other a gift. And my sister had the tremendous opportunity to give a gift to me, and she executed very well. And so this, if you could notice, this is basically a sign that Monroe put in, I think it was last summer, and I would say it was talk of the town because it's rather big. When you exit off of the Main Street exit, it says "Welcome to Monroe," and some people had positive thoughts, some people had negative. It's the scale was a bold decision, and I was actually on the camp of quite liking it, and so it came up quite a bit in conversations, and I think my sister recognized that and decided to make a mug out of it. And so she actually pulled off. Her husband was driving, pulled off. I guess they had to circle the loop twice until there was no cars, and she hopped off. It was snowy, and she took a nice, wonderful photo. You wouldn't even know this was my amateur sister taking this, but wonderful shot that she got. And I was quite pleased. Also, recently moved into a new home, and my mom was helping me in my kitchen, just kind of figuring out where things should go. And I walked back in, and I noticed the mug was prominently placed right next to this little welcoming package that my real estate team gave to me. And so it was like very well displayed in the kitchen, and it was appreciated, and it brought me a smile. I think there's just a lot that I can talk about with mugs. I think this one in particular is like signs. I think I'm passionate about signs as well. I think they have a big impact on a community. And so this was placed, I think, last summer, but closer to this summer, actually, Monroe had a big investment. They put in new signs for each park, and it was exciting to see the progress come about. And I'm also on the camp. Perhaps I'm biased. I like Monroe, but I think they executed well. And so those are just a few of the anecdotes that come to mind for me with this mug. And I think just in terms of to get a little bit deep on you, I think items do carry stories. I think they carry memories, even the most mundane items around your house. Like I was recently looking at this little stress ball that I got at a parade in Monroe that kicks off the fair. And my mom works at Evergreen Health. And so Evergreen Health has a booth there. And so I love that ball. It's like a little tiny thing, but like a lot of things. I think of my mom, and I think of her loving heart. And so I think items are important to think about when thinking through like your living space. How can you put items in your living space that just evoke positive memories and pass down stories that perhaps could be easily forgotten? Like this Secret Santa experience, there's a lot of little nuances. My sister actually didn't even get the mug in time because we had to push up the Secret Santa because my oldest sibling, their Wisconsin trip got canceled. So there's a lot of little stories that I would have forgotten about had it not been for the item reminding and invoking some thoughts. So that is I suppose, my concluding takeaway that is hopefully relevant. I don't know if all this other anecdotes, tangents about Monroe is overly interesting to anyone, but I do think there is some value in items and the stories they tell. And I encourage you to think through what stories you would like to tell in your living space. Thank you for listening.